Welcome to Sideline to Baseline with your hosts, MB and Klew.
Klew.
What's going on out there, y'all? Man, what an exciting time. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Let's get all that out of the way. We made it over to 2021. Challenging 2020 MB, but we made it. We survived when the enemy came here to take out like.
I'm my song. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. Golly, hey, Joker try to, man, 2020, man, try to hit you with a KO, baby. I remember I was playing in a JV game, man, and this dude was selling out, man. I came off the ball, wow. Man, that Joker, when I hit him, he punched me in the stomach, man, knocked all the air out of me. I was like, I couldn't breathe, man. I was so mad, man. I was like, and that's how 2020, man. Sucker punch you right in the gut, baby. Knock all the air out you. But man, hey, I'm still standing, baby. We still standing, Klew. We still standing.
Tell Bin Laden that we made it. Tell Corona that we made it.
Exactly. Gotta speak those things as though they are, man. Gotta speak it into existence, man. Hey, you gotta encourage yourself when nobody else, man. You gotta encourage yourself, bro. Come on,
man. This is awesome, man. What an awesome time.
Keep swinging, yeah.
Yeah, what an awesome time we had to share with you guys, man. We really appreciate you coming in, checking, stopping through, pulling up, hollering at us, because you know us. We gonna kick it off like we always do post game and say he's a problem. We're starting off in NFL, MB.
He's a problem.
Derrick Henry, or should I say DH2K, baby, went for 2 Jesus. Listen, 250 yards, 2 touches, and a 2,000-yard season, MB. Derrick Henry. He's a problem. Definitely a
problem. No doubt, man. Hey, man, he's a problem, man. You know what? We could have had that joke at UM, man. We was a problem. They were clowning. They were clowning, man. Coach Ramsey brought him down to UM, man. Coach Ramsey was a big UM fan, man. Man, that's a whole nother story in itself, man. Golly, I want me want to put UM. They clowning right now, right off the bat, man.
Golly, well, LB, man, they clowning. You need to tell me y'all missed on Derrick Henry, right? And Marshall Falk. I'm a hit that wound again.
Oh no, that hurts. Oh Lord, golly, Caleb, come on, man. You about to make my New Year sad, man. Come on, man. Golly, why you had to bring that up again? Oh my God. Oh man. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna move on, man. I'm gonna keep it moving, man. As you keep punching me in the chin. And man, hey, I'm staying in the NFL, obviously, man. I'm gonna stay with running back too, man. He's a problem. Hey, Jonathan Taylor, the mailman delivered for the Indianapolis Colts, man. 30 carries, 253 yards, man. Hey, 2 touches.
Yes, sir.
Man, that joker was toting the ball like the mailman, Karl Malone. He was delivering, baby. Delivering career day, man. Rushed for over 1,000. Man, hey, awesome game, man. Awesome situation, man. Leading the Colts into a victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, but more importantly, lead the Colts into a playoff. We talking about playoff? Yeah, yes, playoff. Sir. And hey, my mailman, Jonathan Taylor, he's a problem.
Yes, sir. And I think I only made him a problem one time this year, but he's been a problem all year. Tommy Terrific. Big win to close out the season against the Atlanta Falcons. Went 26 of 41, 399 yards, 4 touches, MB. QBR 117. Tommy Terrific, he's a problem.
Terrific. You call him a Tommy Terrific, huh? Oh my God. You don't drunk the Kool-Aid, man. You drunk the Kool-Aid. Well, how the season changed, man. Hey, Hey, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish, man. And the goal, man, let him know he
Exactly.
still got more in his tank, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, boy, you talking about out west, man. I was watching this game, man, and it became the battle of the backups, right? And
Right.
I'm talking about the Rams versus Arizona Cardinal. My man Kyler Murray got hurt already. Golf was out and shoot, but the way he was out, hey, I don't know if that made a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he been point shaving sometime, man. But basically, Kyler Murray was out for a significant time. He ended up coming back. But hey, man, I'm gonna tell you who was a problem, being a problem all year. Hey, man, this LA Rams defense, defense,
Yes,
defense,
sir.
defense. Hey, they getting it done, man. Hey, they held. I mean, which they supposed to. They facing a backup. Hey, that's what they supposed to do, man. They supposed to. Hey, say not on my watch. But then Kyler Murray came out. They still saying not on my watch, man. They gave up 214 yards, 48 yards rushing, 166 yards passing. Klew, they outscored their offense. They had a pick six, right? Pick six,
Right.
had 4 sacks. The Rams didn't even score a touchdown. They settled on field goal. The only touchdown they scored was the pick six that the Rams had on defense, man. They getting it
Right.
done. And they had a safety getting it done, man. Hey, 18-7 victory, man. Leading the Rams into the playoff, man.
Playoffs.
Defense. 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 Playoffs. We talking about playoffs? Yes, playoffs. And if you go to playoff, baby. Hey, this ain't college football. You got to pack some defense. And the Rams, they packing some defense, baby.
Oh man, MB, that was awesome. And that's it. Hey, we gonna transition right into he clowning MB. Right into he
And you know
clowning
what?
MB.
Oh, you on the clowner already?
I ain't have.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. My bad. We went to NFL, done with NFL, going to college. Okay, listen. This guy had a 99 QBR, 385 yards, 6 touches. Mr. Justin Fields, the Ohio State University. I put some respect on y'all name.
Exactly. You put
Is
some
he
respect on
okay?
that, huh?
With the way Mr. Fields played, he's a problem.
Hey, you right. Hey, the Ohio State University. We call him Mr. Fields, man. Golly, he did. Hey, he was definitely a problem, man. Definitely a problem for that Clemson defense, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you who's a problem, man. Problem for my Hurricanes, man. Standing the quarterback family, Spencer Sanders, man. 27 for 40, 305 yards, 13 carries for 45 yards, but overall had 4 touches, man. Jumped out on my Hurricanes, man, leading the Oklahoma State to 37-34 victory over the Hurricanes. Man, I'll tell you, Klew, man, when they jumped out, man, I turned the TV off. Then I was like, came back. I was like, okay, they fighting. Then I turned it off again.
Right.
Man, I kept going back and forth, turn it off, turn it off, turn it back on. I'm like, come on, man. Hey, but they getting it done, man. Hey, like I say, man, I'll show some love. When you beat up on my Hurricanes, I'm going to definitely show you some love. Spencer Sanders, quarterback for Oklahoma State. He's problem.
Definitely, man. Another problem in college. I'm gonna stay with the Ohio State University. I think they play their most complete, most put together, best coach, best played game all season. And a monster was back there toting the note. Trey Sermon, 31 carries, 193. I said 31 carries, 193 yards against the great Clemson defense, MP. Trey Sermon. He's a problem.
Oh, man, that joker did it again, man. I don't know what he's drinking, boy, because the Big Ten championship game, he doubled his rushing total in one game, man. He's like he trying to eat. He want to eat, man. Hey, that joker eating, man. Hey, one dude, I'm gonna stay in the running back family too. Hey, man, I saw this game, Fiesta Bowl, man. Hey, Iowa State versus Oregon. The leading rusher in the nation, Breece Hall, showed up and showed out, had 34 carries for 136 yards and 2 touches to lead Iowa State, right, to a victory over Oregon, 34-17 in the Fiesta Bowl. My man kept moving the chains. every time Oregon made a little comeback, man, hey, the boys like, give me the peel, man, because Oregon stopped on 4th and goal. Hey, coach was in that offensive lineman, but like, hey, hey, I bet that running back, don't worry about it. I got you covered, coach. Hey, Breece Hall, here's the problem. He's getting it done.
And definitely, man. And I'm sorry I jumped the gun on he clowning, but I just, hey, I was just going down, and I'm just like, man.
Before you jump, Klew, before you jump on that, man, we gotta show some love. I thought your boy Pat Wagon was gonna be here, man. So I'm like, hey, put something down. But we gotta show some love to the trifectas, man, to the triplets out of Alabama, getting it done. Oh, there go Pat Jam. Is he coming on?
He there.
Point shaving.
What's going on?
What's up, Pat Jam? Pat Wagon.
What's that?
Hey, do you want to?
What's
Do you? I was about. Hey, I say your little Scooby snack, man. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
A Scooby snack for what? On what?
Oh man,
I can hear you.
About he's the problem,
Can you
man.
hear me?
I got your trifecta here, your triplets from Alabama. Huh? Yeah, I can hear you. I got your triplets from Alabama. I'm about to say they was a problem. Klew about to go to they clowning, but I was like, man, I gotta show some love to these triplets, baby, getting it done. Alabama triplets. Matt Jones, 25 for 30, 297 yards and 4 touches. Najee Harris, 15 carries for 125 yards, 4 receptions for 30 yards. And then your boy Devontae Smith showing up and showing out. 7 catches, 130 yards, and 3 touches, man, getting it done. He was the game MVP, man. Hey, those triplets, they're a problem.
A real problem. Best in the country. You hear me?
Wagon. Enjoy your moment, baby. Enjoy your Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
Hey, best in the country.
Oh, okay. So look, I'm gonna finally get to he clowning, and my he clowning, man. Same team, man. Travis Etienne, 10 carries, 32 yards, biggest game of your career. He clown. Okay. And I'm gonna keep LB, and I'm gonna keep going. Brent Venables stealing signs and still getting up 639 yards. Almost 244 yards on the ground. He clowning too. Both of them clowning.
Explain why you say he was still. Explain
Oh,
why
we gonna get to that.
Man.
We gonna get to that later on when we talk about the game. So I ain't gonna even really get into the details of the stealing signs. However, everybody on here watching today know this third person. Now, did you have a he clown at MB, or you want me to take this one too?
Oh, you know what? I got Day clowning, but he's the problem. All in one.
Right.
Stephen Curry, NBA, baby. Hey, career high, 62 points, 18 for 31 from the field, 8 from 16 behind the arc, 18, 19 free throws, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Man, hey, Trailblazers, they clowning. Because I was double triple team him, make somebody else beat me, right?
Right.
But he's the problem. He's the problem. Hey, he wearing his Under Armour. We would defend this house, baby. He's letting you know that he's back, baby. Hey, he did it done.
And Trent, of course, picked up on what I was putting down. Everybody on the show already know who was the biggest clown. Yeah, Doug Peterson, who head football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. MB, they down 21-14. They pull out Jalen Hurts, pulls him out the game, puts in a backup quarterback, and says post-game, we just trying to get him reps. He's worked so hard. He's been here 4 years. We just want to see the guy get some reps. I'm like, what is this? We playing Pop Warner? Who mom on the sideline counting plays?
It was senior day.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was senior day.
4 years, yeah. He's
senior day. It was senior day. It was senior day.
But he clowning LB. Everybody watching us tonight gonna say he clowning. You playing to win a football game. Ton of our former teammates, MB, started getting on Twitter Instagram and going in on what is you doing? Because of course, the Giants, if Philadelphia had won the game, beat Washington, the Giants would be in.
Exactly.
Instead, they threw the ball game.
Exactly.
Point shave.
Point shaving. They point shaving. Put the money in the bag. Put the money. Hey, they send him a check. He got a stimulus check.
Yes,
he got a stimulus check from somebody. Golly.
Hey,
he helped stimulate Washington. Golly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, Double A say wasn't Doug 4th string when he played. Hey, he might finna find himself 4th string now.
Absolutely.
Hey, look here, man.
Yeah,
so,
hey, you right about it. He may end up getting fired.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah,
I know they say he's coming back. God, make a move like that.
His excuse was the guy been working hard, been here 4 years, MB. That was it. I'm like, man, and we telling these kids, to toughen up, to be a dog. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no second place trophies around here. And this coach right here say, no, he must have hard. We love him in the program. He just stays the course. So we just gonna get him a few snaps in a meaningful game that we can win.
Man, this ain't no. Right, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. He definitely point shaving, man. Jalen Hurts need all the reps he need to get, right? He needs to be in that situation,
Absolutely. Right.
You go with that dude. You put your money man on a bench. He needs to be in that situation to see if he can lead the team back in that situation. That's point shaving, bro. That's bad business, man.
Double A say he love to know when the real story come out, man. So I'm gonna tell you this, Double A, I agree. And I think it might have something to do with that starting boy that got $100 million guaranteed. I think it might have something to do with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that, especially in Philly. Philly don't play. Philly don't. Hey, Philly, you can't be peeing on Philly here and talking about it's raining outside. They don't play up there, bro. Hey man, that's point shaving. That's bad business right there.
Well,
yes,
look,
see you later, Miles.
Hey, so definitely, guys. There was some playoffs. Yeah, MV, the college playoffs started this on Friday. And let's start with Alabama. I think it's gonna be quick. I think we'll get in.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna let Pat Jam do all the talking.
Yeah, once we start talking about Clemson and Ohio State, I think we're gonna get out of hand. So let's start with Bama. Obviously, Bama dominated, beat Notre Dame the way they should have. The Heisman Trophy winner, MB. I know I done jumped the gun again, but the Heisman Trophy winner did his thing. He scored early. He scored often. He made plays all night long. Pac Jam, take it away. How'd you feel about the game?
Well, once again, it was about us imposing our will on Notre Dame. You know what we do from team to team, imposing our will. Offensive line done a great job. We were sound, man. Defense was spectacular. We did. They had to get out of there, man, with the gain of victory and not sustain no major injuries, man, to get ready for the show, man. That's Tuesday night, January 11th, man. Once again, Alabama showed they're the best team in the country, with the best player in the country, the best players in the country, with our running back. He gave you a play, man, you ain't seen since O.J. Simpson. Little sweep right, man. Come around the corner on the sweep right, man. I said, is that a Renthal Jones right there? Is that him? Is that the juicy Lou? And he went up with it. He's a California kid too, man. And he went up and away with it, man. We rise above the situation, and that's what he did. He went over the guy. I mean, just to have just equilibrium to stay in bounds and how he did that was spectacular, man. But I'm excited, man, that we going, man, to defend this thing, man, and make it happen in the championship, man. I can't wait for Ohio State. You know that. I can't wait.
See, even by Pac Jam's account, MB, there was not much of a game.
It wasn't a game. It wasn't. But we knew that going in, though. We knew that going in, did we not? We had already said that.
They were who we thought they were.
Well, again, they was who we thought were for the ACC. They was what they was who we thought they were.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I actually think Notre Dame went out there and did a great job. MB, I'm gonna give kudos to them because I know you ain't gonna like this Pac Jam, but I felt the same way Brian Kelly did. I thought up front they matched. They matched up with y'all. And if you remember Pac Jam, you and I spoke, and I said y'all gonna beat them because y'all dynamic on offense. So the ball gonna get thrown over their head a lot. You're gonna make a lot of plays outside to your guys outside, and that would be clearly the difference of the game. I think it was. MB, you had any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought you talk about like with boxing, man, styles make fights, right? And I just thought when Notre Dame, their offense, their style of offense, it just fit well what Bama do defensively. When they try to smash the ball, they were trying to run the ball a little bit. They got some things going on. I was like, man, they playing right into Bama's strength. Bama got those big old boys that 3-4 defense. Hey, you ain't gonna beat them like this. And I knew into the game that you can't. That offense, Bama offense, is so potent, man. That Notre Dame don't have that type of offense. Their ball control offense, and that's probably the best thing that Kelly did was we start committing to. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the score right now. I'm gonna run the
Right,
ball. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and he
right,
slowed the game down to some degree. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And obviously trying to give his defense a chance to make a play, this and that. And they had some opportunity to make it, but I was surprised because when I watched Notre Dame earlier, especially from the skill position, I thought they had more speed than what you anticipated. But against Bama, man, they would look like they was running in quicksand, man. Bama's speed was surprising at their skill position, man. You couldn't. What's the name? They couldn't get nobody behind, or receivers couldn't get open. Especially when they got negative yardage in the beginning, man. When they had to go where it's second and long and this and that, man. And hey, Klew, one thing I saw that Bama did, they played zone defense finally. They played some zone. So they kept the ball in front of them, man. They did a good job. So they just dominated. It was. I was like, they just played to Bama's strength. It was no contest, man.
Well, yeah, moving right along to the game of the night, Clemson, Ohio State. I think it shocked, heck, all three of us. We had Clemson pegged to win. I think all three of us had Clemson pegged to win the game. Ohio State hadn't played well. Ohio State fans that are on here, y'all know it yourselves. You hadn't really played all that well all year long. You only had 6 games. Didn't know. My fear was you weren't going to be able to put it together, especially after you played so poorly in the Big Ten title game. Although you had 30 people missing, 22, I think to be exact. It was still one of them things where a lot of times I felt like you may not have had enough games for your team to get comfortable. But hey, what a surprise. Pac Jam, what are your thoughts on why Ohio State was able to do what they did?
Well, I had listened to Urban Meyer the other day. Actually, Urban Meyer talked about after the game on the Fox on Fox Sports broadcast, and Urban Meyer said that, believe it or not, he said he credits the statement that Dabo said. He said after Day and the team elaborate over what Dabo was saying about them. He said they had their best 2 practices that they've ever had all year. He said the kids were so motivated to prove to Dabo and to the world that we're not an 11th ranked team, that the team was so inspired that it kind of it pumped them up so much so that even after the game, all those kids took to social media before they was off the field. Man, I don't know where their phones is at, if their phones in their back pockets, but I've never seen so many kids on Instagram seconds after the time went off the clock, and all they kept saying was, Dabo, are we number 11 now? Hey, Big Mouth Dabo. It was like that was the firecracker that was lit, and that team played so inspired. And like I said, not even Ohio State fan could say they seen that team, because that team ain't been on the field all 6 games.
Right.
And when you and like I said, going back to what Urban Mind said that they said those kids was pissed and pumped up when Dabo kept saying they're 11th ranked team, they ain't played enough, and that's what. And to me, when you look at it, that's what it was. And like you guys know yourselves, as much as you guys been around the game, you never want to give nobody billboard material because it'll wake up a sleeping giant. Like you always say, man, let a dog stay asleep. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they woke that dog up, and that pit,
live, baby.
right. And that pit bull got loose than a bowl of juice out there, man. They made, but nobody want to talk about this, but it needs to be said, and I'm gonna say it. They made Trevor Lawrence look average. Because there was nothing special about him in that game. Nothing. He was going 3 and out, even 4 and out. There was Trevor Lawrence. There was times he went 4 and out. They made him look average. He did not look like the clear-cut best player in college football, the overall #1 pick in that game. He didn't.
MB, jump in there.
Yeah, you definitely, when you talk about billboard material and stuff like that, but in a game like this, man, they're gonna be woke anyway. I mean, because they had a better taste in the mouth from last year. All right, when Clemson beat them last year, they were showing a little. They did a little special showing Fields in the weight room with the Clemson score from last year up in the weight room. You know, so I mean, you like a little bit that they added on, but to me, man, this game was won in the trenches, man. I mean, they just manned him. I was so surprised how they manned him to Clemson, especially on the offensive side. That offensive line from Ohio State, man, just bulldozed Clemson, man. I mean, It's bad. And I know Clemson do a lot of blitzing, but when you got a blitz every play to stop the run, every play like one of those linebackers just firing in the A gap just to stop the run. And man, that one touchdown where they wasn't even lined up, man. The guard grabbed this Joker like he was a bouncer with fake ID, man, and got him out of the club. You know what I'm saying? I was like, God,
he threw him out the club.
I mean, shook them up, man, and I was like, threw him out the club with fake ID, baby. Hey, so it's like Pac Jam trying to get into Pac Jam down in Miami, man, with fake ID. Get out of there, boy. With that Jericho juice out your head. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a little shorty trying to sneak in the club, man. Come on, man. I'm at the skating rink, man. I'm old enough. Let me get in, man. Man, that was the thing up front, man. I know we gave a lot of love, rightfully so, to Fields, as he played good, and Trey and the running back played good, but it started up front, especially offensive lineman. He got it done, man. Those boys was eating, man, as the game got going. They got stronger and stronger. And then Fields, man, he played a great game, man. He played. I mean, I know he got hurt and whatnot, but man, he played. He came ready to play, and he threw the ball with conviction. I mean, he just, he was like, man, I'm trusting my receivers. I'm knowing I'm throwing the ball. We talking about stealing signs. I was like, man, it seemed to me they was stealing Clemson signs on defense because they was blitzing this Joker, and he knew exactly where he was throwing the ball right away, man. So he did a great job. He came ready to play. I was really surprised about how well he played, man.
Wow, you alluded to stealing signs. Let's start right there. So Ryan Day and Justin Fields spoke, and it's been in a few writings that they accused Brent Venables of stealing signs. For you guys out there, that means that they were waiting for the offensive plays to be signaled in, and then Brent Venables would intercept those signs and then change the defense and call the defense to affect that call. Now, it's definitely not illegal. It's just not long as it's done in game. Now, Bill, you guys will remember the Bill Belichick.
So it's not like the Astros, huh? It's not the Astros,
right?
Like
where they film and stuff. Like if you film it, get it off of film, that's illegal. But for you to catch it during the game, then that's legal. And Justin Fields talked about that's why they huddled. That's why they changed the pace. They went huddle. They went no huddle. They slowed it down. to throw Brent Venables off and not allow him to get the advantage on where they were going and how, and when they were going. So what happened was, MB spoke about an earlier play, the first Trace Sermon touchdown, Clemson wasn't even lined up. And I was just like, wow.
Right. They were standing around.
Yeah, and so I'll say that. The other thing I think we need to look at, and listen, this is kind of later on what I wanted to talk about. Dabo's a little bit arrogant, y'all. He's getting a little bit too arrogant. Tony Elliott was missed. That's the offensive coordinator, Clemson's offensive coordinator. And if you guys look, MB, you know and I know, offensive script probably the first 2 to 3 series every game. Is that not the case?
Well, I mean, typically you talking about the first 15 with Bill Walsh. Correct. The first 15 plays, right?
Correct.
So
they're scripted. Okay. So what happens is, look at what happened with Clemson's first 2 or 3 series. What happened to them? Points. What happened after that?
They was moving, man. They was moving.
What happened after the MB?
Exactly. And go ahead. Exactly. Go ahead. We're the same Kool-Aid. Go ahead.
What'd you say? Go ahead.
Huh? No, I was letting you finish. I was saying we on the same boat, man.
All right. So I really felt pregame, they asked Dabo Swinney, you're missing your offensive coordinator. How do you think that affects your play call? Oh, we'll be all right. We're going to do it the same way we always do it. Heck, Tony and I call the plays. We collab on the plays anyway. Now it'll just be me and whoever the other dude was who called the plays. It'll just be us two. We'll do the same thing. And I looked at my wife and I said, that is not the same. Offensive coordinator calling plays, there's not just a science to it, but it's more of a feel to it, because you feeling what the defensive coordinator doing or what you anticipate him doing, and you calling off of that. And you got to feel for your quarterback, your line, your wide receivers. You know what they craving and what they feeling like doing right now too. It's all that mixed into one. And Dabo just completely just acted like it didn't matter. And I said, oh, that's a huge deal. And then and I said this, I was pissed off about this part, MB. What are you saying to the teams that want him to be a head coach? Oh, this me? This ain't Tony, this me. I'm the reason why we playing like this. So now you done killed his job opportunities at the same time. So I was hot in the pregame, MB. And then when you look back at the game and you see his scripted, and we all know that was TE first scripted plays. That was all him. After that, we saw nothing but garbage.
Hey, I was hoping that somebody take a little Batman phone in there at halftime, because he was out. He's not allowed to text or call. I was like, man, he need to call him. Tell him to
call him, then, huh?
He need to go old school, do something, man. Yeah, call him. Somebody need to get that joke on the phone, man.
Hey, it'll be like recruit. You can't call them, but they can call you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Make it like prison. I can't call him, but he called me a son. I don't know what it was, but you're right, because, hey, this is what I was pointing out, man. When I was watching Clemson offense versus Ohio State defense, I really, and I don't Pat, he probably got something, but I really couldn't put my finger on, like, what are they doing to stop him? Like, Clemson, what Ohio State, to me, they was running man-to-man. They'll stem to either man-to-man or they'll play some type of one-high zone, and then they'll spring some cover 4. Scheme-wise, they ain't do nothing. They ain't do nothing. Even like talent-wise, you can't say, well, they dominated them up front, or they did this, or they did that. It's like, nah, I didn't see it. I didn't see that. But like you said, like Clemson offense, and not to take anything away from Ohio State, but I'm with you with the play calling, like to take advantage, put them in position to make plays like they did on the first 15. Yep. Like you didn't see the rhythm.
No more.
See that as the game went on. You didn't see it. You didn't see them. You didn't see them running the ball or running Trevor Lawrence or taking advantage of what the defense is doing. Because I'm telling you, Ohio State didn't do anything special, bro. I'm sitting there watching.
No.
Oh, that's cover one. Oh, that's man to man. Oh, that's cover. They just brought the dude down and they still like they ain't do nothing. And then they blitz every now and then. So it was nothing complicated they were doing. It was just like you said. I was like, man, scratching my head. Like, what is it? You know?
Hey, MB, they kept them in front. That's all they did. Because even in man, MB, they was bailing. They wasn't playing like no true. As Pat Jam would say, booger in the nose, man.
Bro, because you saw their best corner, Wade. You saw how the commentators kept making, like, he keep bailing off. They're going to keep attacking him, right? That's right. They ain't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. It's like the rhythm. And like I said, I don't want to take anything away from Ohio State, right? As the game went on, they got stronger on defense, But you can't say, oh, well, their defensive line dominated the offensive line, or they did it. It's like Clemson. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, take advantage of the scheme. And it's a simple scheme. Go get it. And they didn't get it done, you know?
All right. During that, Pat Jam, did you want to interject anything?
Hold on, Pat.
No, it was good. No, you hit the nail right on the head, man. You hit the nail right on the head, man. He got arrogant, man. He got arrogant, and he just simply got out coached. And he got out, you know what I mean? It's just simply what it was. He got out coached because, like you said, he didn't know the plays to call. He didn't know any of that.
What you mean?
He felt that he can just
help Tony with them plays, man. That ain't
Dabo's a wide receivers coach. Stop. Dabo's a wide receivers coach. Dabo's not a play caller.
Hey, so Sakalki, well, I don't know how to say his name. I think it was Sakalkis. Was that play?
Skalski.
Okay. Well, did the play where he led with the crown of his helmet, MB, were you okay, Pac Jam? Were you okay with him being thrown out?
That call I was okay with it because that call has been consistent all season. That call was made in the Oregon game. That call that call has been made the only argument that people have with that is, should players just get a 15-yard penalty and stay in the game? But that call has been consistent in college football all season. If you lower the crown in your head, they're going to give you a targeting. Even if you lower it and you go shoulder, they're going to give you a targeting. That's been the problem with college football. If you lower your body, they're going to give you a targeting. And like I said, the only thing is, I think the rules should change to 15 yards and not players getting kicked out. I think the only way a player should get kicked out, if the same offender does it twice, then I would say he gets kicked out if the same offender does it twice. But this just one time and kick him out, I don't agree with that.
MB?
I'm with you, man. I hate that rule, man. I absolutely hate that targeting rule, man. It puts so much emphasis on the defender, right, to be perfect. Because even if the offensive guy lowers his head or do something, they put the onus on you, and everything happened like this, man, a split second. You know, now obviously, right, based on the nature of law, like Pat Jam say, hey, they've been consistent with that rule, but I hate that rule, man. I mean, my man like Matt Miller, man, old school, got the big neck brace, man. I was concerned about him because he hit that dude, because Justin Fields like 6'3", 220, 225. And it was like, boom. It's like two batter rams hit, and boom. I was like, ooh, is Skowski okay? You know what I'm saying? But right. So I understand what they're trying to do. I think they should be more like NBA, where when you got a flagrant foul, you got flagrant 1 or flagrant 2. And you should make that judgment call, like Pat Jam say, like, once just because you hit somebody, or you should be automatic ejected out of the game. No, if you got to factor in a lot of more factors in it, and then make it more subjective. Like, okay, it's a flagrant 2. Okay, you know what? This dude intentionally trying to take his joke up, take his knee up, or whatever. Okay, you know what? Let's make the judgment call and then let him get out. But man, a lot of times, man, dudes is just. they put the onus on the defensive guy, man, on those kids trying to tackle perfect every time, and you split second like this, man. You right, man. And then on top of that, if it happens in the second half, then you're out of the game the first half of the next game. And you saw Clemson, because when we was talking about earlier about, not being lined up and stuff like that, well, they top guy in Turner, right? He's got to sit out the first half of the game because of the targeting rule. I hate that rule, man. That rule sucks, man. It absolutely sucks.
So
You making the kid, and they try to take that thing to the NFL. I hate that rule.
McKenzie must be a Florida State fan because MB didn't target Demerit. He hit him all face, shoulder pad. Hey, look, this is what's interesting though. Double A say he don't even think it was a flagrant in the case that y'all talking. He think it was a horrible call. I don't, man. And MB and Pac Jam, he
dropped his head on him. I was concerned about he was hurt.
He lowered his head. I'm just saying.
You went back.
With that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You said you talked about the history of it, basically saying it should be if you do it more than once, you got to go. Well, this guy, I would love to see the films on every game he played because they pulled up immediately him doing the same exact things against LSU. That's how he hit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, they showed the highlight of him last year in the same playoff game. He got targeted. He got caught with targeting and got taken out.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying. That's his MO, MB. We know guys like that, but generally they don't play Mike linebacker. They play corner and safety. They don't play. MB, I'm not going to play with it. When they slowed that play down, I was scared for him. Like, I wasn't even necessarily thinking about it.
That's what I said. I was.
Bro, how could you put yourself in that position? That's what I was tripping out on.
That's what I was saying. I was saying I understand the nature they trying to protect, but that's what I said. Justin Fields 6'2", 6'3", 225, 230. That's a big joke. And they hit like banner rams. And I'm like, this joker got his head down, hitting like this. I was like, only thing he saved him was that big donut roll that he had, Only thing that saved him, man. So, I agree with you on that. That's the only thing that saved him, But I was concerned about him as well. But like I said, man, I just don't like the rule. I don't like the fact you're kicking kids out just like that, man. I don't like that,
Well, definitely, man. So I think we were all excited about that game. Felt like Ohio State played their butts off. They balled out. And that leads me to this question, y'all. Is Trevor Lawrence, by your book, okay, we know he is the number one pick of the NFL draft, but is he your number one pick in the draft? Pac Jam?
I like Justin Fields. I'm a Justin Fields guy. I'm into Justin Fields. I think where the NFL is at, Justin Fields has a strong arm. Justin Fields to me is a complete quarterback. He really is. And I think Justin Fields is going to be success. He's going to have a lot of success on the next level. I think Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback himself, but I believe Trevor Lawrence is being compared. They're putting him in a situation. He's being compared to guys that, to me, he's not one of those guys. They're saying he's the next Peyton Manning, he's the next Tom Brady, he's the next Andrew Luck. And what I'm saying is, when you took away the 6'5", 6'6" receivers from him, he has not been the same quarterback that he was his sophomore year when he had three receivers who was all 6'4" or better. He has not been the same. If you go back to his freshman and sophomore season, when he had those humongous, big and tall and fast wide receivers.
Right.
That he was just able to just throw the ball up and they was able to go get it. Those guys are playing on Sunday, people. And to me, was not the same quarterback. He looked at average to me.
Wow.
Now, if he was that, if he was all that they say he is, why he couldn't put Clemson on his back and at least take that game to overtime? If he was all they say he is. I watched another Clemson quarterback who had less talent than he had,
Deshaun Watson.
who played for 2 national championships. He won one, lost one, and put the team on his back. His name was Deshaun Watson. And he went toe-to-toe with Bama with less talent. He marched them up and down the field. He gave Alabama all the hell they wanted. And both times, he took Alabama to the very end to decide that game. That's what big-time players do. And I don't think he's a Deshaun Watson. And guess what else? I know this is off course a little bit, but by the way, Deshaun Watson led the NFL in passing yards, people. I hope y'all paying attention.
We
not
been
Patrick
on him
Mahomes,
now. I wasn't letting
Aaron
him be thinking
Rodgers.
about him all year.
Listen, not Aaron Rodgers, not my homeboy Patrick Mahomes, but Deshaun Watson with no receivers led the NFL with 4,800 yards passing. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
What? Hey, listen. I couldn't agree with you more. I think we were ad nauseum spoken to about Trevor Lawrence's running game. Nobody mentioned it against Ohio State. Nobody discussed it. Nobody talked about it. They didn't talk about it even about in the booth that he needed to run more. They started looking back to Travis Etienne, who I called out. But I gotta say, Trevor did his job with his arm. He threw for 400 yards. He threw 4 touchdowns. I mean, hey, that's tough to do. But he didn't win the game like you did. You talked about Tori, number 1 pick. You look for that guy to put the entire team on his back and win a ball game for you. He didn't do that. He didn't show that he had that. MB, it's on you.
Yeah, I mean, based on 2 of those guys, Fields or Lawrence, because I haven't watched all college football to say if he deserved to be number 1. I don't know who else out there, but as far as that, but right now, I mean, out of those 2, I'll still take Lawrence. Fields right now, his progression. He stares the receiver down like he's got a strong arm, and he got the strong arm. What word I'm using? Strong arm problem. Most dudes who got a strong arm, they try to force every throw. And a lot of times, even in that game, like I said, it seemed like when you talk about stealing calls, it seemed like he knew exactly what defense was in because he stared the receiver down and he was like, I'm gonna throw this ball. I know who I'm throwing this ball to. He didn't go to a second or third progression and stuff like that. Trevor Lawrence is a little bit better. Trevor Lawrence is better in that as far as progression, going to first and second read and stuff like that. I'm reminded, obviously, of the game that he came back against Notre Dame, how he looked the safety off and stuff like that. So he's more polished in things you're looking for from a quarterback standpoint, you know?
Right.
And so out of those 2 guys, I'm still going with Lawrence. I feels he's still got some work to do.
I honestly don't think either one of them are worthy of the number 1 spot. I think you play it safe. You find a great D lineman or old lineman, and you ride with them because you never lose with them. It's very rare, especially from the old line perspective, that you lose out with a high pick at the offensive line position because either way it go, they end up giving you about 12 years anyway. It'll be. I think I go safe with this call. I think both quarterbacks.
Some of them took some L's.
I think fewer than the skill guys. You're right, but I think their bad percentage is higher than them quarterbacks, especially. How about that? Let's just stick to the position we're talking about, quarterbacks. They miss way more than them QBs, and for some reason, MB, it seems to hurt the organization more when you fail on a quarterback, and I don't understand that. But it seems like it kills, that team for some years. Seemed like when they miss. Another question.
I mean, it's marketing. It's the face of the franchise. It's a lot.
Right. Will Travis Etienne still be the number 1 running back off the board?
I don't think so.
Because your guy's number 2 behind him. Najee Harris is.
You got I would say Najee Harris. I would say
Uh-huh.
Najee Harris, and then I would say the kid from Ohio State has played his way up there.
Wow.
I would say he
Oh,
put himself
shoot.
at second, and,
Well,
and
you know
Najee
who I'm gonna
Harris at
say.
one.
Old school rapper Eric Sermon, baby. Done played his way up into the board, period. Oh.
Right. Because Najee Harris has given us that wow moment. He's done that when you turn on the TV, he gives you that wow moment. He gives you that unbelievable play. And that's what they wanted the next level. Guys that can do things one-on-one. When you get out there one-on-one in the flats, you know what I mean? He's shown us what he can do. You know what I mean? One-on-one, he's gonna get around that guy. One guy's not gonna bring him down. He's gonna put a move on him, you know. And so I believe Najee, and I think the guy from Ohio State has shown us that he's a great running back as well.
Wow. MB, what you think?
You know,
is Travis Etienne still the number one running back?
I mean, I love. That's tough, man. Because I like Najee Harris. You know, man, that's tough. Because Najee Harris, both of them can do anything. Both of them can run the ball. Both of them catch the ball at the backfield and stuff like that. You know, I think, man, that's tough. Because Najee Harris, man, I like that dude, man, big old dude like that. You know. It's gonna be like chicken, bro. It's gonna be based on this is what I mean, based on the team that's drafting, how you like your chicken. Somebody may like fried chicken, somebody like baked, or somebody like grilled, you know. So it's all preference to chicken, and then
So
also I say this also based on the numbers. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think so because those two guys, when you talk about those two guys, and then also the combine number is gonna factor in as well. You know, because if now you run a 4.4 or something like that for his size, and you know Travis at the end, you know he's definitely look like he got that ice cream truck speed, man. He catching every ice cream truck in his neighborhood. So but based on those two guys right there, the athleticism and all that stuff, man, I think that's gonna factor into it, and then the style of the team is the style of the offense that's drafting them. Because Najee he made a lot of ground, bro. He made a lot. And then the other guy you got who's a dark horse, but he's who?
Go ahead, me.
I was just saying another guy who who I gotta say is that dude Williams from North Carolina.
Absolutely.
You know, he ain't quite there yet, but he made up a lot of ground. Golly, he made a lot of ground.
Right.
That's Beast Mode Junior right there, boy. Golly,
right.
That's a grown man.
Pac Jam, who translates better for the NFL? You know, and I think we Double A wants to know Najee or Travis.
Well, I think Sarkisian's done a great job of showing us that running that pro style offense that Najee translates better because Najee been lined up as a wide receiver a lot. Najee's 6'2" and a quarter, man. He's not a small dude. You know what I'm saying? He's 6'2" and a quarter.
All over the field, Pac. I know you don't know that. You're an Alabama guy. He plays all over.
I saw that. I know that.
I don't think you do if you gonna throw out there that they throw him out there at X just like every other team in the country just to get the mismatch inside with slot guy. No, Travis actually moves because they're trying to get him the ball.
Right. But I talked about how tall Najee is. Najee's almost 6'3". He's almost 6'3".
Okay.
And he runs and he runs like a wide receiver when he's out there. That's why I said that. And with today's NFL about finding mixed matches, that's just he's a big dude. Travis Etienne is only 5'9". It's a big difference, 5'9" and 6'2" and a quarter, almost 6'3". That's what I'm saying. That's why I think he might translate better, but I could be wrong. That's just my opinion.
So you saying
Yeah, that's why I say it's all based on the style of offense too. You know,
I would say this.
Obviously,
I definitely feel like Travis Etienne gave up a ton of ground having a stank game against Ohio State. You know, 10 carries, I think 32 yards. That's pitiful, man. And then to add insult to injury, MB, the last 6 games he ain't rushed for over 100. So that ain't no way to close.
But Klew, but let me ask you this question. So, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I said, go ahead.
Oh no, I definitely understand what you're saying from a stat standpoint. They've been going the opposite direction. Najee Harris every time he, especially he's second. I mean, he's been that way the whole year, been
Right.
consistent, showing you what he can get done. You know, in the run and passing game, no doubt about it. But it's just to me when we looked at Clemson now earlier, like it, Travis was the offense. You know, he beat my Hurricanes. He was the only one. It's like you had to stop him, and Rogers came on, and then as the season went on, Powell came on. And Notre Dame showed the blueprint. If you want to beat Clemson, you know, just start shutting down Travis in the end. And that's what they start doing. It's like, this dude ain't going to beat me. Anybody else can beat me, but he ain't beat me, you know? So do you penalize him because his team is not using him the way he needs to be used? Because when you look at the Ohio State game, that first 15 plays, they had him out, looked the wheel route out the backfield, had him, you know, the 32 middle linebacker. Man, that joke was like a mailman trying to cover him. I was like, man, if they do this all day, it's over, right? Do you fault him or do you fault the coaches?
Him, MB, and I think it's easy because any running back that you played with, that you played against, that was top 5 on the NFL draft board, they played like it. We can't. I think when you just compare two guys, you compare Najee Harris and him, and you just stated they going in 2 different directions. Every other back that's on this list are still going the same direction as Najee Harris, except for the one that's number 1. So, you know,
see, that's the thing. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry. I got you.
No, I'm just saying, you know,
go ahead.
hey, you know, the NFL from Missouri to show me state, that potential stuff getting people fired around here, MB. So I wouldn't pick Travis Etienne, the first running back off the draft board. Not me. If I'm in that position, I'm going with it for sure. Najee Harris. I'm going with a Williams, like you said. I'm going with you named another the top
the kid from Ohio State.
Well, it's even some more guys that have been way more consistent than him. But I'm going with the group that showed that any tape I put in, I'm watching the same game. You know what I mean? I don't need to see your highlight tape. I want to be able to look at any tape and see a highlight. We lose you, MB?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I think it's more so the coaches, man, as far as putting him in position where, like, you look at Derrick Henry, right? Definitely he's a problem. You know what he's going to do. They're going to run a stretch play. They don't care how many people you put in the box. They running that play, you know? And sometimes Clemson, I'm about to call him Cleveland. Clemson, they use that joke as a decoy, man. You need to give him his touches, man. You know what I'm saying? You need to give him his touches and let him do his thing, man. And yeah, but I definitely understand what you're saying. I mean, obviously not to take anything from Najee Harris. I'm just saying, like, with Sharkees and UC Starks, like, he knows how to use that dude. If just Travis Etienne was in that Bama offense, right, where he get the same results that UC Najee doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's just to me, man, when you get a playmaker, I think I read this somewhere about Saban. Saban's one thing, go identify the players, you get them, but then also you gotta use them the right way. You know, it's like basketball. You got certain plays that's just for them. And when you look at Clemson, they got the screenplay for him. They got the counter plays, but he need more plays, man, more touches, you know, to showcase what he could do. So, but I definitely understand what you're saying.
Well, hey, this will be quick. Heisman prediction. Devontae Smith. It's for me.
Devontae Smith, roll tide. Roll tide. Hey, by the way, hey, we'll be in Miami, man. Show us some love, MB. Show us some love, man. We coming into town, man. Don't do that. Don't do that now. Show us some love down there now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
MB.
Matter.
Go ahead, Tori.
Yo,
No, I was just saying we got a lot of Florida kids coming home, man, for this thing, man. I was just telling them, be them, show us some love. Don't be acting like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Show them Florida boys some love. They got them Bama jerseys on, man. They home. You know what I mean? It ain't their fault. It ain't their fault that FSU and the Gators and the U ain't doing what they do. They got to go where they doing what they do at. You know what I mean?
No doubt. That's the sad thing about it, man. Winning championship with our players, baby. But hey, that's when you can go get the best of the best. When you win it like that, man, you can go get the best of the best, man. That's all to them.
Well, moving right along to the NFL, it was a few coaches fired. MB, they done started D-Day as usual for the NFL after the last game of the season. Few heads done rolled. Doug Marrone, Jacksonville Jaguars, MB. Who else went?
San Diego coach.
Yeah, right
the
now.
The New York Jets coach.
Right. How Adam Gase lasted this?
Yeah, right now you got 6. Go ahead. You say what?
How did Gase last this long, MB?
Hey, just the fact because the Jets haven't fired a coach in during the season. At least they got some. They got it's the curse of the ETS, the Jets, the Nets, and the Mets back in the day. That's what they used to say, the curse of the ETS. At least the Jets said, look, we'll wait to the end of the season. We'll stick to our fire. So that's their thing. They don't like firing a head coach during the season, man. So that's from what that's the only thing I think that saved them, was that.
Right. And instead of talking about who's in, guys, what first round matchups?
Hey, hold on. Let me say this. Hold on, say this. Hold on, let me say this. Because if truth be told, everybody thought about firing when they won that game. Like, oh, how could you win? You know what I'm saying? You should have pulled a piece and lost the game. So they could have kept the first pick.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what first round matchups are intriguing to you, Pac Jam and NFL with these playoffs?
The Pittsburgh Cleveland Brown matchup.
You smell an upset, look like.
I got the dog pound going in the Heinz Field barking and biting on something. I got the dogs biting on something. And they biting on more than legs.
MB, what's the intriguing matchup for you?
Hey, Jim, you did. Pac Jam did. Now he's consistent with that Pittsburgh because he said he predicted they was gonna lose, and they ended up losing that week. He was a week early. They lost against the Washington. Then he said when they get in playoffs, right, that he predicted they'll be one and done.
Right.
Okay.
And the Cleveland Browns got their Achilles heel. They can't stop the run, and they got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
Right.
They will run down your throat all day long. If your linebackers ain't coming to play tackle football, booger in the nose, get me the man in the hole, don't even worry about it. And they ain't got that. They ain't got that.
Intriguing matchup for you.
I'm gonna go out west, man. I'm go with the Rams and the Seahawks.
Right.
The Rams, they were excited. They were like, yeah, we got what we want, man. They want those Seahawks. They're not afraid of them. I think, especially with Jared Goff, based on if he can just not turn the ball over, man. They got a defense to do something. But that's a matchup I'm looking forward to, man. That matchup, NFC West. Let Russ cook. Hopefully, Russ get back on track, man. See how the defense look like they're trying to turn a corner, trying to start playing now, getting in shape for playoff football. But yeah, that's intriguing matchup right there to me.
Man, okay, and then finally, go ahead, Peyton.
Another game you guys might want to peekaboo at is the Redskins Tampa Bay, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Redskins can bring pressure. They can make Brady uncomfortable. And we know what happens when Brady gets uncomfortable. Because one thing about Rivera, he may not know a quarterback, but he knows defense. And that defense gonna be coming all night long. All night long. And Brady starts seeing ghosts, that game is gonna be tight. And we all know how Washington football field is. It's a raggedy field. So I'm not even worried about the receivers on the outside with all that speed, because that field is, you know what it is. You played there. Not even worried about that part of it. It's like playing at Notre Dame. Chunks coming up everywhere. So you go from a 4-2, 4-3 to running a 4-6.
Yeah, I thought about that game too, and you're right. I mean, obviously watching defense, but the Washington ain't got enough offense, man. You know, and that Tampa Bay defense, if they show up, man,
But
I
Tampa Bay
think they just ain't got enough offense. They need
Tampa Bay defense been letting everybody score though. That's why I like that, because they've been letting teams that can't score.
Well, it depends. It depends.
And Tampa
That's what I'm
Bay's
saying.
middle
It depends.
linebacker is out. Devin White's out.
Yeah, well, I saw White is out, but yeah, I just think Tampa got too much defense still, because you're right, they've been inconsistent. One minute they play Green Bay Packers and they look like Reggie White, look like a Madden defense out there, and the next minute they play somebody else and they point shaving. But you're right with the inconsistency. But I think playoff times, man, just Washington just ain't got enough offensively to help that defense out. What's the other games, Klew?
Well, we got Indianapolis, Buffalo. We got UCLA, LA Rams, Seattle, Pac Jam name, Tampa Bay, Washington. We got Baltimore, Tennessee. We got Chicago and NO, baby, your Saints. And then, of course, Pac mentioned Cleveland, Pittsburgh.
You say the Colts and who?
The Colts and Buffalo, the Bills.
Buffalo, oh yeah.
Right. And then finally, MB,
kiss the baby.
It's the last little question. Sleeper teams that could possibly go on a run and play the Kansas City in the AFC Championship, or from the other side, play KC in the Super Bowl. So as you see, I kind of already got Kansas City being there. Either way. So who can go on a run and play them in the AFC Championship, and then flip the script from the other side, who can meet them in the Super Bowl? And this could be sleeper teams. Now, don't give me New Orleans. You know, it's slightly a favorite.
No. I mean, it's all about like boxing, like we talked about earlier. Styles make fights, right? And I think when you talk about Kansas City, you got to have enough defense. You got to have the DBs and the scheme and stuff like that, where you can play man to man. You can hold up and get some pressure on the quarterback. So you got to have that defense. So when you look at that defense, obviously you look at New Orleans. They seem like they've been getting better. They got the secondary to get it done. They got
a sleeper though, sleeper.
Whichever Tampa. I know. I'm thinking. I mean, it ain't all of them sleepers when you compare them to Kansas City. Because Buffalo, you look at their scheme defensive wise, they got the secondary and they got the pass rush to try to get, and then they got enough offense, right, where they could put a threat, where they could score some points. Who else? Dang. It's like last year you had Tennessee Titans, right? But they ain't got enough DBs this year. Their defense, they got the run game, but they ain't got enough defense. Hold on, I'm going through. Who else you got? Colts.
Right.
Nah, they can't do it. Who else?
MB.
Help me out.
We kind of want to go that direction, though. We want to go sleeper. So, not a team that could
hey, listen, I'm saying.
So for me, on one side, I say Tennessee. That's a sleeper team for me. And on the other side, on the other side of the NFC, I like Tampa Bay being able to get on a run. And that's a sleeper. That's not my favorite. That's just a sleeper team.
Hey, what I'm saying, all of teams against Kansas City are sleeper. All of like Kansas City, like come on, man. It's like trying to say, okay, who's gonna stop Bama, right? Their offense is so explosive that really it's almost there. Right now, they only shown that they can stop themselves, Right. And so that's what I'm saying. To me, all of them look like a sleeper. Like Trent Trent like Buffalo. They're the number 2 seed right now. Trent say they're a sleeper for him. You know what I'm saying? So all of them, that's what I'm saying, Klew. All of them to me is potential sleepers, is just trying to find the best matchup. So I mean, on any given Sunday, man, if you got enough defense, got enough offense, you turn the ball over, anybody can get it done, you know? So so yeah, that's tough for me. I'll just let you parlay that one. That's tough for me because that offense so close.
Well, I done throw mine out there, and we'll end on that. We appreciate y'all stopping by and listening to us again tonight. Man, we had an awesome show. Thanks to the realest co-host in Sports Pack Jam. Thank you, MB. And of course, thanks again from me. We appreciate y'all. MB, you got any parting words?
Yeah, Double A got your back. He asked you a question. He think the Rams could wake up, but we're believing when he said. And Tampa not a sleeper. He said, who Danny Moe said Washington
Danny Moe, baby,
is a sleeper.
What you know?
And then your boy Trent, he pulled Buffalo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Double A came back, put people in the sleeper hole.
Oh, Jake the Snake Roberts, baby. Night.
Yeah, exactly. So they help you out. So I'm a little too deep with that because all of them sleep. But hey, it's all good, man. Great show, man. And then we got our Heisman selection tomorrow, huh? So we said Devontae Smith.
I already told
you. All, and I'm in a hotel. Yep, exactly. And shoot, I'm a hotel right now. That's why you see the background. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn.
Cut it off right there.
I can't say no more, man. I can't say no more. I can't say no because I got my family with me. I got my girls with me. My girl and my boys with me.
Daddy Mo, where you hooping at, baby? We appreciate y'all coming through, stopping by, hollering at us, pulling up, because you know us from MB and Klew sideline to baseline. We are gone.